Hi guys, it's me again, I'm Dan and welcome back to another video. So today, I'm going to be showing you how I learn monologues. So basically on Friday, I have a self-tape due for our Atlas Christmas show audition. I have 2 monologues to learn. I'm just going to go over one of them today just because I want to see if I can make any progress with it and just so I can give you some tips on how I go about that really. I apologise if I look really tired. It's partly because I'm filming this really early in the morning and also because if you look, I've still got makeup lingering on my face or face paint from last night's ghost tour. So yeah, there's a number of factors as to why I look absolutely awful right now, but I'll just keep going. The monologue I'm going to go over today is the to be or not to be monologue from Hamlet, because that's one of the ones I have to learn. So yeah, what I would do is normally I would separate out different meanings there are in the monologue and try to keep that there so that I can acknowledge it in my head where the turning points are, because what I find the hardest with a monologue is I find that sometimes I'll just completely forget one line because they're not related in any way. That's something that happens to me. So if I add in those markers to separate them, then it might help out usually. So yeah, I'll read through the monologue and then I'll see what I can do with it. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep, to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. That's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. So yeah, there we go. I think that this one's a really weird one for that, and I think that if I was to just try and learn this one off the cuff, it would be really hard in terms of having that split between different things, because it splits up a lot, and I find that there's a lot of different places to split that up. So I'll write down the split of that and see what I can do.
When I see you dancing, I know you're a Dan. It's some kind of magic, we both know it right away. I came here to party, don't want it to end. Getting real ecstatic, we both know it right away. When I see you dancing, I know you're a Dan. It's some kind of magic, we both know it right away. I came here to party, don't want it to end. Getting real ecstatic. I feel this vibe goes from my heart right to my fingertips. My fingertips. Oh, I need you to tell me now how much you're into me. Oh, right away. I feel this vibe goes from my heart right to my fingertips. My fingertips. Oh, I need you to tell me now how much you're into me. Oh, right away.
Okay, so I've done that. I've highlighted the markers that I would say. There's a few monologues on here, but I've only highlighted 2 of them because they're the 2 I'm doing. But going back to this, I've counted 6 markers in that monologue because it's a relatively short one, so that makes about sense, I think. But yeah, it seems like a pretty good one. So what I would also do, once I've done markers, is I would then just sit and read through it over and over again, just to try and give myself a big an understanding of the monologue as possible. And hopefully with the markers that would then help that and help the process of like understanding it. Another big tip I would say when doing this is I would say to get a voice recording of you saying the monologue and then like listen to it on a night before you go to sleep, because then that really instills it into your subconscious and your memory. So yeah, that's one thing that massively helps me. I mean, obviously different things are going to work for different people, but give things a go, and I think all these tips will help someone in some way. But yeah, so let's see if I can learn a little bit then. Let's see if I can get any of it. So to be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to See? To suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Okay, right. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. There we go. Got it. Or to take arms against the sea of troubles. Or to take arms against the sea of troubles. I think that's another marker there. I haven't added that. Okay. To be or not to be? That is the question. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Or to take arms against the sea of troubles. That one there was a prime example of me almost forgetting, but not forgetting because the marker was there. It just makes so much of a difference. Like, I normally would have completely just blanked there and not got it and had to look at the sheet, but I didn't. I just paused for a second and went, right, okay, what's the change here? Because the other thing is important is to know your context and to actually understand what you're reading and what you're about to say, I guess. Who your character is as well. In the context of this, it's different because I'm reading this monologue, but not in the context of Hamlet. I think the biggest tip when learning a monologue is keep it constant and regular progress. Don't spend 5 hours in one day trying to learn it all, because that's not going to work. Split up your time and maybe just allocate yourself half an hour, maybe a day. Yeah, probably half an hour a day. At least 20 minutes, just because then you've got a little bit of room to make progress with it. I'd say about 20 to 30 minutes just to give yourself some time to make progress. But then not go over that and not just like overwork your mind, because if you do that, it gets to a point where you just won't take anything and then you won't retain the information. That's a big thing really with monologues, is to just give yourself that time frame, work on it for a bit, leave it, let it process, and then come back to it the next day, and then also have that recording to listen to on a night so that you can then keep it in. So yeah, that's probably the biggest tips I would say for that. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. Well, that's not too much to add on, is it? And by opposing end them. Yay. So let's just see if I can do all of that bit. Right? To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. Yes. Yes. Oh, that felt good. Feels so good when you get it right. And that was just like a third of the monologue there. So literally, that 20 to 30 minute time frame to do it is just going to be enough for you. I'm not going to go through and learn the entire monologue in this video. Just wanted to give you examples of how I would do it, what tips I would give, things like that. If you have any questions on how to learn monologues, then like drop one in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer. Yeah, like it's really tough. It's really tough to learn a monologue, but it is also really rewarding if you get it right, and if you take the sort of tips and advice that I'm sharing here into account, it will help you. Like, I'm guaranteed it will help you in some way. So yeah, that is my monologue approach, and I hope you have enjoyed it. So if you did, please leave a like, drop a comment down below, let me know what your thoughts were on the video, and please subscribe and click the bell to receive a notification whenever I upload. But as I said, that's going to be it. So let's leave a like, drop a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!